Welcome to episode 3 of With the Facts with Veeq and Rein. I'll be your host for today, Rene Otinga, and of course I'm joined with my guy, Mr. Victor Otengo, aka Veeq.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, today we have an interesting topic which we feel we need to come up with the facts about this very sensitive issue, which I've noticed is it's a new trend which has been very prevalent among us millennials. So, Victor, today's topic is very interesting, and I want to challenge you today. Today we're going to talk about kids.
Yeah.
Watoto. Yeah. So, do you have kids?
No, not at the moment, but I have a lot of them. You know where I'm talking about. Not in the outside world, but internally.
Okay. So, I get it. So, obviously you're planning to have them.
Yeah, of course.
When?
Soon enough.
Okay, now nauliza hivyo juu because today's topic is about should we have kids and grow with them in terms of kimaisha, or should we try to quote unquote make it, then tuanze kufikiria about familia? Because these days I've noticed kuna ka trend flani, like people, millennials acha tuseme, the youth, they are more afraid of the concept of having children than even the concept of having a disease, seme.
True.
So in terms of maybe sexual activity, unapata mavijana, they'd rather or the ladies, seme, these young ladies, they'd rather go on inaitagwaje birth control, for several years, just to be sure, okay, me I'm not having kids for the next 5 years, but I'll still be able to have intercourse. So the concept of kids in a scare the youth sana. Why do you think that's the case?
I think because you have seen a lot of people getting into this type of relationships where they have kids. Alafu unapata after a few months, you're into this type of where you are a mom, you have a dad somewhere, obviously, and you have a kid. And you have to take care of this kid. Alafu unapata, you're not able to. Because maybe the guy that you expected to finance you, the dad,
the baby daddy,
the baby daddy, ana any means of finance, unacheki. Sasa inakuwa a very difficult position whereby unapata dem ndo unasikianga wengine sijui ametupwa sijui wapi. You see those kind of things. I think that is one of the main reasons why the youth of today are thinking of, you know what, I better not start this as a very young guy who's not even well able financially.
But sir, me, what really irritates me is the fact that people are usually so wanaogopa watoto, like unaogopea nini, because like you said, they're usually their judgment is based on experiences zenye wanaonaga huku nje, and the stereotype or stigma that comes with the Nairobi fast life, because obviously coming to Nairobi, for example, let's say ulitoka campus huko mashinani tu, then you come to Nai, the first thing the parents will tell you when you're joining campus is be very careful of mavijana wa Nairobi.
True.
That like they'll give you watakupea ball na wakuhepe. Basically that's the mentality which ladies wanakujanga nayo huku. For guys pia inakuaga like mazemi saa siwezi pata mtoto sai, like how will I even provide for them? But I might be speaking from experience when I say atupate mtoto at 21, this is contentious as it is, but atupate mtoto at 16, there's no way atateseka kama utaki ateseke, you know. There's no way the life will have to be as tough as people imagine it to be, if you set out to like, yo, I'm raising this kid na itakuwa poa. So I still struggle to wonder why the stigma. Where, in your opinion, how should it go? Like, well, unafaa utafute hiyo pesa kwanza, ama you just build as you go, then mtoi akikam pia ni sawa tu, because you know hii culture, as in sijafika bado, you know, ukienda nayo mentality hujafika bado, and a child comes through, obviously what's the next plausible step kama hujafika? Abortion, unaona? True. So how do you think these guys, people should go about it, especially the youth?
I think in this day and age, as much as tunaweza blame as the youth, tunafaa pia kublame mapero. Because you find that in these modern families, the kids are not allowed to have babies at a very early age. Na unaangalia the same parents, like for me, for example, my dad is around, ameingia 250s, you know, and I'm at a certain age whereby
you're literally half his age.
Yeah, kind of half his age, sindo. But unaangalia in other families whereby when he was bringing me into this world, he was kind of the same age as I was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but now that you are at this age.
Yeah, now you have said it even before you started the convo. You're talking about, parents being not able to support their kids. Now wakiwapeleka Nairobi, nawaambia, just go there and learn. Go and get what you were supposed to get from there.
Yeah.
Usiende kutafuta vijana.
I just think
for the youth.
What you're trying to say is our parents are too old school for this current generation, because the fact of the matter is people are having sex more rampantly than they were at our parents' time.
True.
Like, it's so prevalent. Mtu hata ako 16 bana. And they're already engaging. I've had some confessions on other podcasts and YouTube channels where watu wanasema, me, I broke my virginity in high school. Like, personally for me that's usually like, what? And to them it's like, yo, kwani you break cleaning? Me, I tell them, I started smashing in campus. And for many people, hiyo inakuwaga mse, si ulichelewa. And I'm like, how? When I joined campus in 19, like a year ago I was 18 before I joined campus. Like, why would I engage in sexual activity at the time?
True.
So that just goes to show, it's something that's there. And obviously, this is a show about facts. And the fact of the matter is, it's hard to stop that culture. Ni mbaya to stop that culture. So maybe,
especially with today,
like, uwezi ambia mtu don't.
As in, everyone can, ukienda tu hapa nje and ask for CDs utapata.
Utapata, exactly. Yeah, so you can't uwezi za kuambia these youth. I don't think that's preaching ku abstain. I don't think it works anymore.
It doesn't work.
I just think they need to tweak these us youth rather. Our mentality in terms of, there are some things which should not be associated with so much stigma, including children. Of course, abstinence is the best way to ensure you don't become a young mother when you're not ready. But what's to keep? How many of us are abstaining really?
Ni watu wengi who abstain by the
literally no one. Like anyone who has hormones and these are sexual urges, most likely they act upon them. Unaona?
Yeah.
So kids shouldn't be stigmatized as much. And to cite some classic examples to show that kids are not as much as a burden as people paint them out to be. Look at the likes of The Game, Stevie J, huko Atlanta, huko Maju. Stevie J's kid, I saw in a reality TV. Amefika ile age she can advise her father in terms of his dating life. Unaona? So that's a guy, Stevie J had his daughter when he was 19. Still had nothing. He was a nobody. Still trying to kutoa mangoma, kuproduce kina Jay-Z and all that. But he knew he had mouths to feed. So I can force her. I grow up kiasi. So I don't know if... Do you feel msek pata mtoi mapema, like they are setting themselves up for doom or something like that?
For failure.
Not necessarily failure, but the basic mentality ni, hey, mimi nipate mtoi sasa nampeleka wapi, unaona? What's your take on that?
I think even the age matters. Mimi nitasema tu kweli because you're talking about facts, ndio? So what I think is kupata mtoi at the age of 19.
Too early.
Nimesema Stevie J. That is too early. In the Kenyan scene. Umetoka high school last year na uko 19 na unapata mtoi. Unaenda wapi? Brother, like hata hujaingia hata college.
Wewe mwenyewe ni mtoto.
Wewe ni mtoto bado. You are still a teenager. Hujaenda hata college, hata you haven't done anything with your life. You don't even know how to get money. Unajua at least ages zenye unaweza sema when someone is in third year, fourth year unamaliza university. It's not the same as our parents used to be treated out here. Because wao walikuwa wanapata jobs were everywhere. Na si eti kwa ubaya. Hiyo ni kweli. Jobs were everywhere, but now you have to hustle before even you. Na kuhustle si ile ati unaenda kwa office ushapata job. You can go into... Man, I have struggled to... When I was still in campus, when I was still in second year and something, I actually went to all the media stations. I went to a lot of companies trying to get a job. Penye, hata maybe tu ni ile tu yani you are just around those people to try and get that experience. Even that was difficult to get. Unaona? Because in this kind of situation that we have put ourselves in, kama wewe ni nobody, kama wewe hauna anything,
Yeah.
it's very difficult. Someone will ask you for a degree, someone will ask you for some experience, someone will ask you for some skills. Na kama hauna, it's better si unajua the only job that ni easier to get sahi na ma real estate ziko everywhere. Ni mjengo. Sasa kama uko 19 brother na unajaribu kupata mtoto, it will be difficult for you to actually raise up that kid kama you haven't got some skills or some some outside abilities. Unaweza kuwa 19 na you are a very good singer. You find yourself in this music industry in just a little while.
So to you, what's the ideal age? Is there an ideal age?
Yeah, I think there's an age too, as in not really ideal age, but safe age to actually start getting kids.
Okay.
And that is what I was saying, but kama you have done and you having a kid, si ati leo unaenda kwa bed unasema sababu unajua leo ni aje, leo you must make this kid. Hiyo ni watu wenye wako na 2 kids already. That is what they plan. You're planning for a kid. Those people who have made it and don't have kids, mpaka unafika time una realize, wow, I have all this money and there's no one to spend it.
So you have to what's the ideal age for you?
I think I have to go with 22 years.
So from 22 years, once you discover you're expectant, it shouldn't be something as in, hey, inafaa iende mazi. What am I doing with the kids? Hey, well, for me, I'd like me. I feel very strongly about that because for me, I just don't think there's a right age to have kids, and these are very controversial sentiments. But Mimi, I don't think you should relate kids to your overall kids checklist, a life's checklist. Ile kids check, job check, and you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Ile design such that you have this mapped out life plan, such that when a kid comes out along the way, it looks like a distraction. For me, I just think the way we've been cultured, we've been socialized in this society huku Kenya. In the world generally, basically everywhere, at youth, unapeleka mtoi wapi, you don't even have a career, nini. There are some people who are better mothers than career women, unajua. There are people who are better fathers than career men, unaona. So for me there's no ideal age. Okay, of course, be an adult first before even starting engaging in sexual activities. So let's just get that out of the way kwanza. The fact that people are engaging in sex while they're in high school, that's illegal in itself. So for me, that doesn't qualify as an age. But as far as adulthood is concerned, for me, there's no age where unaweza sema, sawa, I'm ready to have a kid. And for these people, and it's rampant, it's not the ordinary youth peke yake. I don't know if it's appropriate to mention names, but I've seen a lot of ladies these days, obviously with the female empowerment and all that. Like ladies are able to compete in the job market just as much as men. So these ladies whose careers have started to pick up, they are usually, when you mention, I've seen a lot of Q&As on Instagram where someone says, should we expect a baby anytime soon? I'm like, hey, Sahi,
I'm still trying to make it.
Exactly.
In the
industry, and someone is 29, 30, 31. And let's come up with the facts. Like ladies have a biological clock, unajua.
Yeah, true.
So it shouldn't be all about your career because
are you trying to speak for someone like Nicki Minaj?
But let's bring it closer home, man. There are a number of people. Alafu sasa, unfortunately with that trend, it comes to a point where the baby fever hits you so hard now, 35, 36, 37, you only have 9 years to give birth to children the number of children you had envisioned in your younger days, because you are busy chasing a career. I'm not saying chasing a career is wrong, but I'm just trying to put this point across that a child has never been in the way of anything. Me personally, I had a kid when I was 22. And prior to that,
so I was right.
Coincidence. Because at that stage, I was also very panicky, of course, because I didn't have a job. Confusion to a young man, ya kawaida.
I remember.
And I also had a baby mama drama pia, because you also have to sort your BM. She was just as young as me, unaona. But me, I finished school, like nilimaliza. The baby's mother akamaliza, we graduated, etc. Right now everyone is doing well for themselves, and the kid ana grow too, unaona. Right now, so by the time I'm 40, my kid will be 18. As in sijui kama unaona hiyo hesabu napiga. And me, I can't blame the kid for anything. Me, naishi maisha yangu, yeye anaishi yake. I provide, ataenda shule nini and all that.
Like Rein, for your situation, you guys, the two of you decided, we are ready we are ready to keep the kids.
Yeah. So as in that's exactly what I'm saying. I just think society needs to preach another culture. Wache kufanya the youth wa feel ni kama wewe bujijenge kwanza. Unajua?
Do you think it's because it's easier to get kids or it's easier to get rid of kids?
I think it's
why?
Why
do you think
it's easier to quote unquote block kids or terminate them.
Yeah.
And that's something which I blame society for. As in the way people are socialized, I just feel is unfair towards the kids. Like we huku abotiwa, and most of us, our parents are not very old, unless when the last born, but most likely our parents are wanaingia 49, 50, 51 hapo. These are young people, but they only hit menopause for the women 4-5 years ago, unajua. So and they didn't abort you.
True.
So history has been my body, my choice. Ama it's our choice as a couple. I feel it's a bit selfish. It denies a lot of kids. Yeah. Na mimi, based on also my experience of the things I've seen, people are more successful when they have something to live for outside themselves.
Yeah, I think what I think, and having you as true evidence. When you have a kid, there's this pushing factor that pushes you to even work more harder.
Yep.
Because you have to feed someone.
Yeah.
You have to provide for a little boy or girl.
I've been reading a lot of these self-help content and all that, and majority of them revolve around the notion that when you solely live for yourself, unajua ile najijenga, ile sijui I need to have like me, some things I hear out here, it's just sad for me, and that's just me though. But unfortunately that's what the world wants these days. Sijui me need to get a car kwanza, nipate nyumba kwanza, nipate nini kwanza, alafu sasa nikikaa chini nipate mtoto kwanza. You get? Like it's like mtoini some form of gratification towards you, una get? But unlike someone who perhaps alizaa mtoi akiwa much younger, mtu yeye anaacha kukua ni kama ati I always want a baby sana, anaacha kuwa more, and they stop being a project, unajua. They start being more of a purpose, unajua, like I'm responsible for the life of another human being, unajua. So going forward pia, as you grow, mtu yeye ana grow pia, physically, mentally, economically, everything. But once he could live as in you are the factor in your life peke yake. For me, I just feel that in a breeding society that's full of narcissists, watu wako self-obsessed with themselves na growth yao. That's why squeeze unaonanga so many young people wanato memes kama sijui cut people off in your life, cut toxic people off. Like, who told you? What makes you think wewe sio the toxic one? Unajua? Like
I love the person I'm becoming.
Evil. Ndo hizo. You've come across them. Those are the people who are obsessed with themselves na hiyo growth yao. And based on, like I told you, I've read a lot of material in psychology. That depression actually comes from that. If you statistically look at the people who are depressed, most of them at some point they feel alone in their lives. So for me, I just feel we should tweak kiasi venye tunafikiria as a generation. That will be going forward. I think the culture will have to change kiasi.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
So when you're talking about having kids, are we talking about planning to have kids, or is it the mistakes? Because
that's
90% of
I think I get what you're asking.
In this day and age.
Yeah, it's because it's mistakes. Accidental.
Yeah, it's accidental.
Yeah.
It wasn't planned for.
Yeah.
So where are we on this?
I get what you're asking, and my message is not at Isoko 22. Go get a cream. Go get a baby. That's not my message. My message is because sex is not going away anytime soon. Let people be more responsible than they are at this point. Don't be too self-absorbed such that you're not willing to absorb the repercussions of what you are doing.
Do you think
because you're engaging in sexual activity, most likely there's a chance you'll get someone pregnant, or you get pregnant as a female?
Also, I'll tell you why men, and I'm not even trying to defend men here, but a lot of men have resorted to getting rid of a kid because of a lady.
Yeah, actually,
is that true?
Yeah, but
like most men.
I don't think it's most men for me, because I just think men are also have this deadbeat culture.
Alafu kuna kitu inaitwa body count. So unajua? Unajua vizuri.
Yeah.
You have been there, man.
Yeah. You might have a main one who is on birth control vizuri, but say your side piece maybe
alafu ile siku na moto nyama kwa nyama. Hiyo ndio siku tu yenye.
Hiyo ile siku.
Hiyo ndio siku tu yenye God anakuambia brother usicheze na mimi.
Exactly.
Mimi ndo nilicreate watu, so I can give anyone.
Yeah, but I think both guys and ladies are equally to blame. It's a youth thing. It's not a gender thing, because everyone stigmatized having babies at a young age, because kwanza quote unquote make it. Me, I usually is moose. But these are my personal reservations.
Every time you think that you've made it, there's also another step that you have to.
Exactly. So, as in for me, this is another fact. Akunaga kitu kaa ku make it. Like there's no single point in your life utafika useme hiyo point when you feel you need to have a baby. Haikuagi ati umefika, inakuaga ni baby fever inakugonga because you feel like you're running out of time.
True.
Ama you seeing some people are progressing in terms of family. They're progressing family wise more than economically, unajua. So you feel your fever ama your pressure. It's not that umefika hiyo point, it's just societal pressure. Unaona? So I guess my best approach, if there's a way I could change the mentality out here, it would be people to be, once you clock 18, when you mtu mzima, so you need to start thinking like an adult. Hii utoto ya, you want to do stuff but you don't want repercussions. Unajua kama katoto, like unalamba skari, unataka kushikwa. Unajua, so if you're engaging in sexual activity,
you should be ready for the
prepare for the repercussions ama anything that comes with it. Usianze like, oh man, something tunapeleka wapi, then you go terminate a pregnancy and all that. Because that's also biologically hazardous to the lady as well. Unaweza in future, once umeanza decide, okay, now I'm ready for a child, maybe the terminations, they have some medical ramifications on your
and
body.
Also not even the terminations themselves, but also this taking of pills and stuff. Doesn't it do much damage to the lady? Because unajua si wanaume, it doesn't hurt us in here.
Yeah, it's hazardous, but unajua me, like I said, that's an evil we'll have to deal with, because people are having sex out here.
So like it's not even going to shuka, like go down. It's go up.
And a lady has to protect herself, of course, because if the guy, maybe if you're not ready for a kid, you just have to do what you have to do, regardless of.
Kwani watu wafai kulan pull out game uone kama hiyo pia.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a reality you just have to always, because one thing, sex is not going anywhere anytime soon, and we can't preach abstinence at this point. Una preach abstinence, kesho ethic wamekuja na panda na sijui panda. Unaona, alafu sasa kucheza kwa club, like it's like the society is messed up, unaona. So maybe instead of trying to kushika the youth kichwa peleke direction, maybe just switch the narrative kiasi, such that just know a baby is not the end of the world. Ama I know you're engaging in this and this and this, but if this happens, be prepared to just be an adult and soldier on. It won't be the end of the world.
Sasa unajua kuna a lot of people who are in that situation in umesema, just take care of your mess and go on with it. Alafu unapata now they have a kind of a number. Baby number 1 ako sijui Mombasa. Baby number 2
I have a couple
baby number 3 ako hapa hivi Thika.
I have a couple of friends who are in that situation.
And you know, these ladies are not stupid. The ladies of today are learned. They are really intelligent in some way. So when it comes to court cases and you having to pay child support, bro,
you get feeder. I had a colleague of mine alikutiwa kwa ofisi na he was served with some papers that you know, the funny thing is, they had a fallout with his wife, his own wife. Okay, these are come we stay arrangements.
Zikifika 6 months hiyo ni wife. So at the end of the day, hakuna
it was his wife. Guy walikosana jana usiku tu. So this wife akagonga TV sijui akagonga. So this guy, he hit the TV. This chick, sorry. She hit the TV na. The TV ka crack.
Wow.
This guy was like, ni TV yangu umegonga. So he chased the wife out. Next day, papers, feed that. You don't take care of the kid. They fell out 12 hours ago.
And they were living together.
Sasa
man. He doesn't take care of the kid.
It suddenly became he doesn't take care of the kid.
Kwani hii pesa inafaa kupewa personally to the woman.
I don't even
Shika
know.
Pesa sasa wewe feed the kid. Hata kama tunaishi
The point was, these days there's no running away from responsibility if the lady is sure. If the lady is serious about you taking responsibility, it's some legal matters, legal courses could be taken. But
so what are guys taking away from this today, Rene? What do you think they should take away?
Sauti Sol alisema mtoi ni baraka
na anakuja na sahani yake.
Inakoga sahani kweli ama
sahani yake.
Anyway, whatever they say,
but sahani bado ala.
As in but the analogy makes sense either way. So
exactly.
Tukienda na hiyo ya sahani. So when a kid comes your way, I don't think you should just learn from it and keep it pushing, because huo ni mtoi wako sasa. And you don't know why perhaps Mother Nature ama God.
Yeah.
You don't know why alimleta hapo.
Kweli.
Maybe that was supposed to be your come up. Ama you're raising a future Beyonce na ujui.
By the way.
And you're busy.
Kwanza mimi unajua I think I can be on that side of future Beyonce, because I believe I know how to sing that it has.
Or Mbappe. I know you like football.
Mbappe lazima. Mbappe hata si kuongea.
Yes.
By force.
But for me, I just feel like guys should it's all about kumea, as in grow up bana. Tuache hii ujinga kukua so dictated na, because not everything our parents or society shaped us to be. Not everything was correct. You know, tunaona kama mimi siku hizi sijui mimi nataka tu kujua pale Pythagoras theorem ilinisaidia. Unaona? Like si kila kitu utaambiwa. Don't take it for gospel truth. Pia uko na judgment yako
True.
Unaona? Because some I get also the vibe that some people are bought because ile pressure wa mama tasemaje. Unaona? So it goes down to what is decision yako. Personally, maybe you desired a baby, but saa uko 21 unaogopa pero nini. Yeah, so for me, I just feel like people need to tweak their head or grow up kiasi. And part of growing up ni to realize when you're going to engage in sexual activity, either you protect yourself, and if you don't, if there are some ramifications in terms of a baby, just be prepared to carry on.
And what I can say as we finish off, ile kitu yenye nimerealize when a guy has a kid, not only a guy, even when a lady has a kid, their kind of thinking, their kind of mentality, their kind of the way they think of the future, the way they think about stuff, it kind of matures into another.
I can actually attest to that, because these days in every decision I make, like my child is always a stakeholder. When I want to go out, I'm usually like, so I'm about to spend this and this and this. But does my daughter have this and this and this before I start blowing money in clubs and all that? Like that push is there. So I'd say there are a lot of pros in having kids young. More pros than cons. But of course, do it when you're ready. Everyone has their own.
Kuna venye umetudanganya gozi kifika place ya nyama ufikiriangi.
Bro.
Wewe unakula hiyo
factor. Siampelekeaga nyumbani. Yeah, so but of course, when you're ready to have kids, have them. When you're not ready to have kids, don't have them. But when they do come, take responsibility.
Don't always choose the getting rid of way.
The highway. The easy way, sorry. Don't take the easy road, take the high road.
Why way?
The high road, eventually, it works out. It never does not work out.
Yeah.
So with that, I think we'll have to conclude the show. It was an interesting, intense topic. Yep. Hopefully you picked a thing or two, and hopefully it changed someone's way of thinking.
Ukona something going on at the moment like that. Just think about it and you'll be okay. You don't have to stress yourself about what will happen after.
Yeah.
Just know that you'll be okay.
So that marks the end of our podcast for today. Tune in for next week, where we'll be talking about an equally interesting topic, and it all revolves around money.
Yeah.
But what about money? They'll have to tune in to find out. Yeah, but for now, we're out.